Welcome, everyone. In today's video, we're uncovering the incredible story, hidden secrets, and collector value of the 1965 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark, a coin that changed American coinage forever. You may have one of these in your pocket right now, but before you spend it, listen closely, because some 1965 quarters are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars today. So stay tuned till the end, because this is one of the most fascinating coins in U.S. history, the 1965 Washington quarter, no mint mark. Let's start with a little background. Before 1965, every Washington quarter was made of 90% silver and 10% copper. But in the early 1960s, silver prices began to rise sharply. People started hoarding silver coins, melting them down for profit, and as a result, the U.S. Mint faced a serious silver shortage. To solve this crisis, the government decided to remove silver from dimes, quarters, and half dollars, a huge change in American currency history. And that's where the 1965 Washington quarter comes in. It was the very first year the U.S. Mint struck quarters made from the new copper-nickel clad composition, 75% copper and 25% nickel on the outer layers, bonded to a solid copper core. This transition from silver to clad coins was a massive shift, and the 1965 quarter represents the beginning of the modern coinage era. Now, if you've ever looked closely at your 1965 quarter, you might notice there's no mint mark on it. And here's the story behind that. Normally, mint marks like D for Denver or S for San Francisco identify where a coin was made. But between 1965 and 1967, the mint removed all mint marks from coins. This was done to discourage hoarding and collecting during the nationwide coin shortage. So every single 1965 Washington quarter has no mint mark, meaning it was officially struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Even though, in some cases, production also took place at other facilities to meet demand. But not all 1965 quarters are equal, and this is where things get exciting for collectors. During the transition, the U.S. Mint accidentally struck some 1965 dated quarters on leftover 1964 silver planchets, blank discs that were supposed to be melted down. These 1965 silver quarters are incredibly rare error coins. Because they contain 90% silver, they're heavier than normal clad quarters. A regular 1965 copper-nickel quarter weighs 5.67 grams, while the silver error coins weigh around 6.25 grams. The easiest way to check if your coin might be a silver planchet error is to look at the edge. A normal clad coin shows a copper stripe along the edge, while a silver coin will appear solid silver all around. You can also weigh your coin on a precise scale. Anything around 6.2 to 6.3 grams could be that rare transitional error. These silver 1965 quarters are among the holy grails for collectors. Verified examples have sold at auction for over $7,000. And some in top grades have even fetched over $10,000. Imagine finding one of those in a jar of old change. It's like holding a piece of minting history in your hands. Now let's talk about what most people have, the standard clad 1965 quarter. While the majority of them are common and worth face value, condition plays a massive role in determining true collector worth. In circulated condition, they're usually just 25 cents. But in uncirculated or mint state condition, values start to climb quickly. A mint state, MS-65, 1965 quarter can be worth $15 to $30. Coins graded MS-67 or better are very rare and can sell for $500 to $1,500, depending on strike quality and luster. One incredible 1965 quarter graded MS-68 sold for nearly $2,000 because of its exceptional surface quality and eye appeal. So, if you have a 1965 quarter that looks shiny, clean, and almost untouched, it's worth taking a closer look or even getting it professionally graded. The best way to do that is through a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll confirm the coin's authenticity, assign it a grade, and encapsulate it in a protective holder, which can dramatically increase its market value. But beyond grades and numbers, collectors also look for errors and varieties. Some 1965 quarters show double die obverse, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and struck-through errors, where something got caught between the dies during minting. Each of these unique mistakes can turn a 25-cent coin into one worth hundreds of dollars. let's not forget about the design of the coin, which makes it such a classic. The obverse, front, of the 1965 Washington quarter features the portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The word liberty stretches across the top, with "I in God we trust" to the left and the date 1965 below Washington's neck. On the reverse, the powerful bald eagle spreads its wings, clutching arrows and olive branches, representing both strength and peace. The design remained unchanged for decades, making it one of the most iconic and recognizable American coins ever produced. Interestingly, because 1965 was a transitional year, a lot of collectors view it as the end of an era. It marks the point where the U.S. Mint officially said goodbye to silver coinage for circulation. In a way, it's both a historical and emotional piece, representing America's shift into modern coin production. Now, let's talk about something many collectors overlook: toning. Over the decades, some 1965 quarters have developed natural colors due to exposure to air and humidity. These can include blue, gold, purple, or rainbow hues. A beautifully toned 1965 quarter, especially one with even color and strong luster, can attract big premiums among collectors. Every coin tells its own story, and toning is like nature's signature over time. Another point to remember is that proof coins for collectors were not made in 1965. The U.S. Mint stopped proof production during this transition period to focus on regular circulation needs. That means every 1965 quarter you see was made for circulation, even if some look exceptionally well-struck or proof-like. So, how do you know if your 1965 quarter is worth grading or selling? Start by checking its weight and edge for the silver error. Then, inspect for any minting mistakes like doubling, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Finally, evaluate the overall condition. Coins with sharp details in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, along with full mint luster, are the ones worth grading. Even if your 1965 quarter isn't a rare variety, it's still an amazing piece of history. This coin was minted during a time of economic change, technological advancement, and national growth. Holding one connects you directly to a pivotal moment when America's coins evolved from silver to modern metal. To wrap it up, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark is a true milestone in U.S. coinage. While most examples are common, rare transitional silver errors and high-grade specimens can be extremely valuable. Always check your change, inspect old rolls, and weigh your quarters carefully, because hidden treasures are still out there waiting to be found. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1965 Washington quarter and its incredible story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow collectors. Every like and share helps more people discover the fascinating world of coin collecting. Who knows, maybe the next valuable 1965 silver quarter is sitting right in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting and good luck in your next coin hunt.